Hi students, good morning all of you and welcome back our online class Science 7th standard. Students, today we are going to continue our the fourth chapter, that is heat. In previous video already we have studied that different types of thermometer, that is clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer and maximum minimum thermometer and also digital thermometer. Yes, but today we are going to discuss about the transfer of heat. How the heat is transferring from one body to other body. Okay friends, so one thing you should remember friends, when heat will transfer, now when the two objects having different temperature, when the two objects having different temperatures, at that time the heat will flow from hotter object to colder object. Okay friends, suppose I will say that friends, if the two things are there, suppose here one I am making that one, here another one object. Okay, if this is 100 degrees Celsius, this is 70 degrees Celsius. Okay friends, so from which object to which object? This is object A, object B. So which one having more temperature? Now the object A is having more temperature, more heat, and then object B is having less temperature. Okay, so the heat will flow where? From A to B. It will flow A to B. Okay, because this is higher temperature, hotter, much more temperatures are there than B. So always the heat will flow or temperature will flow from hotter body to lower, matlab colder body. That means not this is colder, but comparing to this is colder. Okay, so this higher temperature to lower temperature, the heat will flow. Okay, so up to which time it will flow? When that they will become equilibrium. That means when the temperature both will be equal. That means suppose this heat will flowing after, suppose it will become, it will reduce. Suppose how much it can reduce? If 90, 170 over 170 by 2 or 2 is 16, 85 degree. That means when it is both 85 degree will become, at that time the flow of temperature will stop. Okay, so this body will become 85 degree, this will become 85 degree. That means one example, one general example I am explaining to you friends. Suppose how you are finding your friends or your brother or sisters having temperature, he is suffering or she is suffering fever. How did you find out? Now whenever you touch to that body, at that time what will happen? Your body is less temperature, low temperature, okay, than that body. So what will happen? You have to, whenever you touch, that heat will flow, that temperature will flow from that body to your body. So that time you will find out though that body is what? Heat or he is suffering fever. So then wherever that temperature will flow to your body, what will happen? Now that the temperature will reduce. That means when the temperature will, suppose it will reduce from that body, and wherever you will suffer, suppose you are suffering fever, he is suffering fever, then you cannot identify his body is more hot than you or not. Suppose your temperature is 100 degrees Celsius, 100 degree Fahrenheit. His or your friend's temperature is also 100 degree Fahrenheit. So what will you do? Now whenever you touch to that body, you cannot identify the body is heat or cold, because your temperature also same. So there is no flow of temperature. Okay friends, so let us discuss about that. What are the modes of transfer of heat? Okay, so there are different three modes of transfer of heat. One is conduction, second one is convection, and third one is radiation. Okay, so there are three types of modes of radiation transfer of heat is there, modes of transfer of heat. So these three methods the heat can transfer. One is conduction, second one is convection, third one is radiation. So heat will transfer from one object to other object by three methods. One is conduction, convection and radiation. Okay, so let us discuss about that. First of all, what is the conduction? Okay students, conduction is a process, this is a process of heat transfer from hotter end to colder end of an object. one object. Suppose this is one object. Okay, students, you observe that this is one object. If we are hitting to this side, blue color that cap is there. If you will hit to this, then automatically the heat will flow to the end of the colder object. This is cold. This is whenever you are keeping this fire, this will become heat. So this heat will transfer and will move towards the colder object. This type of one object only, but that heat will transfer from one end to other end. Okay, or if you are hitting, you are keeping and another one you are touching, my hand I am touching to this, then heat will flow to our body. So this is called as a conduction, where the heat is transferred from hotter end to, one is hotter end, another one is colder end. When they will contact each other, at that time the heat will flow from hotter object to hotter end to colder end. That process is called as a conduction. So students, observe that here I have drawn that one picture. You see, and you can do also in your home also. If that activity also tomorrow may I possible, that I will show also. If okay, observe here one table issue I have taken and one iron rod. This is one iron rod. Okay, this iron rod I kept on the table and I kept here on brick. Do you know bricks? The bricks I kept for lying down straight like this. Okay, and here one candle or light lamp, one candle you can keep heat. And before that you should do iron nail is there. This iron rod is there. No, you should put some iron nails like this gum with it. Okay, iron nails with the gum that you should put like a clay or like that, something that gums, melting gums like it. You should do candle with also, you can paste also like this. Okay, whenever candle with it or that some light gums with it, you can paste it like this. Nails will keep up, and you other end, this end with it. These are the nails, iron nails we have kept with the gums, and whenever will heat you will give. So observe that one nails. Here 4 nails I kept. Here one, here already one fell down here nail. So whenever heat to this one end, you observe that which one is close to that fire to land, that will fall down fast. Then this is one already over, 2, 3, 4. One by one it will fall down because that heat is flowing from this end to towards the bricks. So first nail fell down already here, second nail fell down, third nail now going to fall, fourth one it will fail. Okay, so one by one nail will fail. At a time the 4 nails won't fail. If distance it will keep, then a sole first nail will fall down. Which one is near to the candle? Next, after some time, second nail will fall. Next we will go third, like that it will fall down. Okay, students. So what did you observe that, students? Now we observe that when the temperature you will give this heat, that heat will flow from one end to other end. Okay, and this is the one activities. So students, write down here, the transfer of heat by conduction take place in all states of matter. The conduction, what will happen in states of 3 states it will be possible. Okay, in solid we can possible, liquid also possible, and gases also possible. Suppose water we are giving heat. So in bowl we are taking the water, and your gas stove off, you are keeping that boiling. Then what happening? You are not boiling direct to the water, but we are giving heat to the our vessel or container. That first that container getting heat, then after water is getting heat. Yes, so that is also conduction. Similarly, gases also is there, and other than 3 mediums are there. 3 states are also. This is gas also. 3 states are also it is there. Okay, which one? Conduction. Remember, students, conduction can take place in 3 states. Very carefully remember. Next, condition for conduction of heat. What are the conditions? This conduction process for what are the conditions? The conditions are 2 objects should be contact each other. If the 2 objects are there, one hotter, one colder, if like this will keep and one hotter cannot transfer. So if keep like this, okay, if will keep like this, that is not a conduction method. If it is distance, if it is separated 2 bodies, hotter body and a colder body, then that heat cannot transfer by conduction method. Okay, so it will contact each other in condition method. We don't know. I am not saying about that convection or radiation. May radiation it can be, but conduction method which one? Now whenever the two objects should be contact each other. Okay, that time heat can flow. That is conduction. The temperature of the two objects should not be same, and also when it will flow that heat, now that two objects which are contacting each other, their both temperature should be different. That means that temperature should not be equal. Okay, students. So these are the things about that conduction. And one thing should remember, students, what? So I told already, the heat can or the conduction can take place in three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gases. So when that objects can flow that heat, that is called as a good conductor of heat. Okay, so metal is your good conductor of heat, but wood is not a good conductor of heat. That means which objects cannot conduct the heat, that is called as a insulator. Okay, so that's why whenever your spoon or any other things we are handle we are using by wood. Okay, so because that heat cannot transfer through the wood. Okay, students, and the metal, it is a metal things, so that heat can transfer. Okay, so next we will discuss about that convection. The second and third is a radiation methods. So now here I have written that wave chart, students. It is wave chart. You should remember very carefully, and it is very important. Transfer of heat of the wave chart. There are conduction, convection, and radiation. There are three methods how the heat will be transferred. And this conduction can take place solid, liquid, and gas. Convection also liquid and gas. Radiation also no medium. That means it is automatically there is no need to medium required. Okay, to transfer the heat. Okay, but in convection, liquid and gas can only possible, but in solid it is not possible. Okay, students. So next we will discuss about that convection and radiation in the next chapter. So for your homework, you should complete this wave chart, and all the notes you should write in your class 1. Okay, thank you all of you. Have a nice day.